Hey, this is Chris with Beer Town Austin. I'm here at the Flying Saucer, the Triangle. I'm here with JT Smith, the Flying Dog Brewery. Cheers, JT.
Cheers to it, Chris.
Now to switch the beer and the mic. So this is pretty good. What are we drinking here?
This is Flying Dog's 20th anniversary. Raging Bitch is the lovely name that she goes by. It's a Belgian Style American IPA, which basically means it has the grist bill and hopping in the brew kettle of an American IPA. And then it's fermented with our Belgian yeast strain, Diablo. And then a little dry hopping, a shit ton of it actually, of Amarillo. So nice big fruits all around, both from those Pacific Northwest hops. Big grapefruits coming through, especially on that Amarillo dry hopping. As well, that Belgian yeast strain's coming through, giving us some nice candy and citrus notes, as well as some nice Belgian funk. And those two things kind of fight it out in the mouth and somehow find a pretty good balance we're pretty happy with.
Yeah, it's very good. I'm a big fan of the Belgian Style IPA or Belgian Style Pale, so I think this is really good. I like it. I guess, why did you guys decide to go with this style for your anniversary?
A couple of different reasons, I guess. It wasn't really, well, I guess the brewers would say that it was going after a Belgian-style American IPA. But the thought pattern was really we wanted to come with something that was worthy of a 20th anniversary for an independently owned American craft brewery. Pretty nice to be around that long. We're pretty proud and happy to be around that long and continue looking forward. But the Belgian IPA really came out of that, just looking for something that was going to be a kick-ass beer that would stand up for who we are and what we are, and as well being progressive in American craft brewing, taking a couple of different styles, throwing them together, and seeing what we like. But really the style came out from just some pilot brew batching and finding out that we really liked what we were coming up with and deciding to go forward from there. And that's really how it became the 20th anniversary. It was a pilot brew and just a pretty exciting beer, so we decided to go ahead and press it forward and see how the people like it.
Was this, I guess, was it in the running with any other styles, or that, kind of like in a horse race for it, or you guys knew from the start you're going to go with this?
Ever since the start, it's been pretty much this beer. We were always messing around and allowing brewers to have good creativity, to do some funky random one-off type things with those pilot brews. But really, when this came out of the tank and we first tasted it, I still remember the first time I tasted this, actually. Gwen Connolly, who does our lab work and quality control and assurance, was she had tasted the beer on me, and I gave her a high five and then went up to our head brewer, Bob Malone, and grabbed him and just swung him around. And it was a lovely time. We kind of knew at that point and going forward that we really had something and that we were going to really latch onto it and just push it for as much as we could get out of it.
Like
for the style.
Like the ball hitting the lights and the natural kind of that kind of moment.
Exactly, most certainly. Gwen and I high five and then running and finding Bob and just swinging him around the hallways of Flying Dog. It was quite a great moment for sure.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah, it's a good beer. You guys did a good job.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I like that it's definitely an American styled, Belgian IPA.
Yeah, those hops in there are quite big.
Yeah.
Both in their hop flavoring, but also that bitterness coming through.
Yeah, but I like it. It starts out kind of delicate, and as you go, you get more and more of the hops, but you definitely get that, that I don't know, that just, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know, that specialness of a Belgian,
There's that, and I think actually exactly what you're saying. It's quite confusing at first when you're trying to put a name on this beer, because traditionally these two type of things, when we think about them, aren't really going to go together. We're going to think that it's too much fruit and too much funk and just too much trying to smack you in the jaw. And at 8.3% alcohol by volume, if Raging Bitch comes at you a little too much, she can slap you in the jaw. But it does.
Could call it jaw slap too, maybe.
There we go. Could be the Raging Bitch 2, just or Bitch Slap for that matter, has been joked around.
So we got some other beers here. What are these guys?
Yeah, well, while we're down here in Austin for South by Southwest, we also brought down on draft our limited release Woody Creek White, which is a Belgian style wit. Unfiltered, wonderful orange peel and coriander, nice Belgian funk to it, good straw color.
Yeah, it's very hazy.
Yeah. Pretty happy with this beer this year. Texas, we historically launch it first here because of the warm weather. And really excited to have it down here in Texas as well as the rest of the U.S. and a few countries around the world at this point.
Yeah. And this has the, I think you were saying the same yeast strain as the Raging Bitch, is that right?
Yeah, and that was actually, I haven't, like I was telling you earlier, I hadn't yet tasted this beer on draft yet. I've had a couple of bottles of it, and I was really happy, like I was just saying, with what came out this year. But I was really excited to taste these two beers beside one another, because it is the same yeast strain, our Diablo yeast. Two totally different things going on here. But it's fun to kind of pick that linearity out between the two of them, if we can. It is in there, I promise.
Yeah, it's a good beer. And I guess both of these are statewide now, right?
Yeah, most certainly.
And they're both available.
It gets, like I said, gets here to Texas early than the rest of the United States because of the warmer climate. But they're available statewide, both in 12-ounce bottles, 6-packs, and draft.
Okay, cool. Beer break. Yeah, so I guess we've got these great bottles here. I guess here's a good segue to talking about something you guys won at JBF this year. You want to tell me about that?
Yeah, most certainly. Thank you. Mid-Size Brewing Company of the Year.
All right. Hey, cheers.
Most certainly. We're very, very proud of that. Thank you. Yeah, we took home Mid-Size Brewing Company of the Year this year, along with 4 medals, 3 golds and 1 silver. The golds being for Horn Dog Barley Wine 2007 for the aged beer category, Gonzo Imperial Porter for the Imperial Stout category.
I love this beer. I'm a huge fan of this one.
Thank you very much. As we were talking about earlier, hopefully I'll be able to get you some 750s of the barrel-aged Gonzo.
That would be nice.
Yeah. It's basically our Gonzo Imperial Porter, where we throw in whiskey barrels from Stranahans for about 6 months at a time, and then throw that in 750s and release it in very small batches, as well on draft as well. Hopefully we'll be able to send some down here to Austin.
Yeah, that'd be cool. We appreciate it.
I'll see what I can do.
Yeah, so you guys got a medal for the barley wine, for the Imperial
Gonzo,
and
then barrel-aged Gonzo took the silver, and then Dogtoberfest, our autumnal seasonal Zimmerzen, actually won its 2nd gold medal in a row, and from those medals ended up taking home Mid-Size Brewing Company of the Year, as well as Mid-Size Brewer of the Year for Bob Malone, our head brewer.
Oh, okay.
So it's a pretty cool day in Flying Dog's history.
Hey, congrats, Bob.
Most certainly.
So, just real quick, you're here for South by. You guys are doing some cool events, which I think it's kind of neat. This year, I've seen more and more craft brewers, supporting parties and coming out and, kind of, getting some good beer into the whole free beer stream. So, what are you excited about doing this week? Just kind of briefly.
Well, this is our 3rd year in a row, I guess, coming to South by Southwest. Huge fan. I'm personally a huge fan of South by Southwest, but when it comes down to it, it's to me the world's largest independent music, film, and interactive film festival, or festival in the world, excuse me. And for that, we're here in the United States. We should have some great independently owned American craft breweries representing and throwing it down with the rest of the globe. And as well, we ship beer to 36 countries, so it represents a unique opportunity for us to get a lot of like-minded people in the same area and throw some parties and have some fun.
Yeah. All right, cool. Well, this is JT Smith, Flying Dog. We're at the Flying Saucer. Look out for the Raging Bitch and the Woody Creek White. Right? Is that right? Woody Creek?
Sure.
Okay. All right.
Thanks.
Yeah, thank you. And, yeah. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks.